I'm Josh here, and I'm with INVICTA Media, and we are absolutely delighted to bring you a little interview with the most excellent CALLOUS DAOBOYS. How are you doing today, guys?
Oh no, I muted the thing by accident. Sorry. We're doing fantastic.
Good start. Good
We're
start.
doing good.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
So you guys are playing there on the Sunday, the final day. If I'm right, it's this summer is your first time playing outside of North America, isn't it?
This will 100% be the first time outside of out of the United States in general. We haven't even touched Canada before, so this will be our first stint over the pond.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This will be our first time playing anywhere that isn't the United States. Yeah.
Oh wow! Well, that's exciting then. I'm hitting Radar Fest first of all. Radar Fest first.
It's the first festival on it. We have a bunch of dates in between all the festivals we're doing on this run. I think we're doing about 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We have 2 shows in Sheffield before Radar.
Okay. So yeah, fair few to go through, but yeah, UK and Europe for the first time, which is
yeah, very excited about it.
Yeah. Have you ever actually been there anywhere there yourself before? You know, outside of the band?
I've never left the country. I don't know about Dan.
I've been to Europe 2 separate times before with family.
Which parts of it?
I remember one being the Baltic, and then the other one being around like the Great British Isles, so like Scotland, Ireland,
Right.
and
Okay.
the UK.
Yeah. So you got quite a good little trip those 2 times.
I have
right?
I have like an idea of where most of these places that we're going to are, but it's all going to be very new, and it's going to be a lot more intimate than little cruise ship trips. You know what I mean? Like just getting off the port and being there for a few hours.
Yeah, absolutely, very different to being on a cruise ship. But yeah, with Radar Festival being the first major one, you're playing alongside some other incredible bands. You've got Periphery headlining the day you're playing as well.
Yep.
Is there anyone you guys are excited to see?
I mean, I've seen Loathe before, but I can't wait to see them again. They're such a fantastic show. They're such a inspiration every time I see them. So Loathe would be my most anticipated.
For me, it'd be also Loathe. I haven't seen Periphery live just yet, so I'd like to see Periphery live for the first time. That'll be really cool. Yeah,
fantastic. So I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to Periphery as well. And Loathe are always touring. As well as people you would like to see, growing up, who are some of your biggest influences? And compared to now, who else do you really love nowadays?
Shania Twain.
Let's go, girls.
I'll give a real answer. These days, been a lot of like experimental electronic stuff. One Tricks Point Never. Goodness, you put me on the spot here.
That's the point.
We're playing Arctangent with Health. I listen to Health a lot. I'm very excited to see them. Yeah, these days it's a lot of what got us playing this music was like really crazy heavy stuff, and just looking for the next crazy chaotic fix, I guess.
I think, when you say chaotic, I think that's probably the best way of sort of describing your music as well. It's
definitely.
Yeah. So coming from stuff like Dillinger as well and forward from there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, these days the stuff that's been influencing me is just like, I've seen what people can do on guitars. I know that people can do crazy shit with guitars, and now I just want to hear people do crazy shit with synthesizers and production, digital audio workstations and shit. That's what I'm most interested in at the moment.
Seeing how far you can push the boat out, really, and just be like, hey, that still kind of works, even though it sounds completely mental.
Exactly. Yeah. No, the most ridiculous stuff you can possibly fathom,
Yeah, it gets people talking about it, and it just makes it really interesting too. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
why
no,
wouldn't you want to do something new and completely different that people haven't heard if you can? But yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
that's how I feel about it. That why wouldn't you want to do something that's just like absolutely bonkers and off the deep end?
I think you definitely went there with Celebrity Therapist as well. It was hugely talked about in Invicta and in quite a lot of the alternative scenes here. Like beforehand, a few people I knew of you guys, but did you notice like a change or like a huge growth in interest picking up post that release or around it?
I mean, definitely a huge change in I mean, just our audience got a lot bigger, and more people were definitely talking about us. I think it was like just sort of a natural level up for us. So, you know, with us leveling up musically, we also kind of leveled up leveled up in audience and you know, how many people were talking about us. I mean, to me it's just amazing that this many people like our very weird fucking music. I kind of can't believe it. You know, it's just proof if you're, you know, being yourself 100% of the time, you know, people connect with that, and people want to engage with your personality like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, is they want to engage with what you have to offer. It seems very genuine, as well as being, you know, absolutely fucking bonkers and awesome at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, what's also kind of bonkers is it, so I'm right in saying you've had, what is it, 2 albums, 2 EPs now?
Yes, two full length, 2 EPs.
Yeah, something that's shown up quite a bit. One characteristic you've got is really oddly titled songs. So
Sure.
Is there some inspiration behind these, or do these silly ideas come up and then you work them into titles, or how do those come about? Because I love them personally.
Well, thank you. I mean, sometimes the title comes like after we've created you know whatever the song is, but a lot of the times the title is just like the first thing that happens. It's like what does a song titled this sound like, almost, which is a weird way of going about it, but yeah, I don't know, they just kind of come to me and I'm like, well, that has to be a song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird way of doing things, but yeah, I mean, they just kind of come to me and I kind of know what they sound like based on what the song is titled, which is a very like spiritual way of looking at it, I suppose. But I mean, I don't really know what the writing process is anymore. I just know that it kind of comes to me, and whatever connects with me is what ends up being recorded. So yeah, I mean, the song titles are the same way, as they just kind of come to me, and you know, we go from there.
That's fair. You know, that's I was going to potentially touch on bits of the writing process as well, but you kind of covered it there. It's like it sounds all quite natural. You're like, oh, this is going to be like this is going to be like that, and then you build it up around it, depending on whether it's the title, the music, or anything else, I suppose.
Yes, that is the main idea. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it works, and then again, it's just another thing that it helps you stand out a little bit. It's like, this title's weird, but you remember it because it's a weird phrase. And like so many times throughout my own life as well, it's just been stupid things you've said with your mates at points, or like, oh, that'll be a good band name, like coming up with that sort of thing. And yeah, it's just great. People just connect with it on like a humor level too, which is nice. It's fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I think one of the most memorable qualities about our band is the band name, and I think the song titles are just sort of an extension of that. Of like, I know that we have a band name that people remember whether they listen to our band or not. So you know, just having the song titles in conjunction with that is it's just an extension, you know.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. And yeah, Callous Daoboys is an excellent band name and very memorable. It really is.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, with all the tours coming up as well, and you know, you're even on your road trip now, what do you tend to do to entertain yourself during those tours, like the downtime you get, if any?
I mean, it's a sleep.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully we're pretty fortunate to have a nice hookup with a vehicle that has 4 bunks in the back of it now. So we're a little more comfortable on tour instead of laying on bench seats. So I mean, when we're not at the venue or anything of the sort, or we'll either be driving for most of the day, and when we actually get to the city, if we're there early enough, it's always nice to actually go out and check out the local area, eat local, like find some entertainment that's local. Like when we played in Portland, we played at we went to an arcade for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it was just filled to the brim with little quarter machine games and pinball machines, and us and Rolla Tomasi all had a blast doing that. But I mean, it's our friend in Rolla Tomasi, Al Pot, put it the best, as someone once said, like, oh well, you guys just probably have fun the entire time on tour. He's like, well, sure, we have a jolly, but it's work. And it is work. And so, I mean, you're basically clocked in from the moment you wake up, and any downtime, whatever that happens to be, whether it's even just like sitting alone in a room, is, to me, is I think warranted and really appreciated and kind of cherished when you can just kind of exist without a bunch of stuff going on around you.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. As you said, when you visit these places, you really do want to sort of explore them, because it's a very fortunate side of touring.
Yeah, especially when it's somewhere that you've never been before. Like we hit Seattle, Washington, which, if you're familiar with the geography of the United States, we're in Georgia, and that is the complete literal other opposite end of the country from us. And I've never been to Seattle before, or Washington in general, and we were about an hour and a half late to load in because we wanted to go look at a really cool waterfall from the show Twin Peaks that was made famous from the show Twin Peaks. Right. But it's also like, when am I just gonna be back in Seattle to be back in Seattle? Probably not. Or in Washington, when am I gonna be back there just to be back there? Like, fortunately, our jobs take us to very, very cool places, and it usually doesn't matter how tired we are. If there's something like really important to see or really worth seeing, we will make time for it.
Yeah, no, that is.
Or be late because of it.
Or be late because of it. You could, you pick up with that later on, but yeah. No, that's absolutely fair, and you're right. You've got to make the most of it while you're there as well. Would seeing that waterfall be one of like your fave moments, like not on stage sort of thing?
It's memorable. Like all the shows, don't get me wrong, are memorable in their own right, and they all have different qualities to them that set them apart from the show you played previously. But that waterfall is not going to be in Detroit. That waterfall is not going to be in California, or somewhere here in Atlanta. Like if you have those moments that you can like really go and check something out, and you remember it with your eyes more so than video from a show. I feel like we'll be doing the same kind of thing over in Europe, when like I don't know when I'm just going to be able to take another vacation there by myself or anything like that. Like it's a lot of the people in the band, it's like their first time over to Europe, so it doesn't matter how uncomfortable we are or tired we are, like we'll try to find a way to experience everywhere we go as much as we can. And I think that counts as the most efficient use of downtime.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with you on that one. It's a long way to go, and it's very different over here to the US. Like I've only been to the US briefly myself, but it'll be very different for you guys here, but it'll be a really cool experience.
We're all very, very excited for it.
You're going to be driving and traveling most of the time, but being fair, driving around the UK and even Europe, it'll be like nothing.
I mean, but we're going to be staring out the windows most of the time. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, it'd be so exciting for you. Have you got any like favorite moments of being in this band so far then?
If it's me specifically, it's joining the band in the first place. I talk about it like almost every time I'm asked. Like I joined my favorite band, and I was asked last year by Carson, "Hey, do you have Guitar Pro?" And I said, "Yeah, I do," it's a tablature software. Carson was like, "Cool. Do you want to be in my band?" And I just immediately leapt at the opportunity to do it. So it's like every passing moment is like my favorite moment, because I can't believe this is my life currently.
That's excellent.
And for me, I don't know, when we dropped Celebrity Therapist, like the release day was just like so crazy. And we had been holding on to it for so long that it felt like such a huge moment. It was I don't know, it felt like I had finished first in a marathon or something. It was just such a amazing feeling. But I mean, these recent shows have been like the best we've ever sounded, and some of the best crowd reactions, because people have had time to learn the lyrics and everything like that. So I mean, I'd say all the shows on this last Rolo Tomasi tour have been my favorite shows that we've ever played.
That is really good to hear as well. I mean, touring with Rolo Tomasi, who are absolutely excellent live every time I've seen them as well. And
oh yeah, they're the best.
Flawless execution every single time.
Yeah, I think having you guys as support as well out there is a brilliant, pairing. It's going from completely chaotic to melodic chaotic as well, but bits of both intertwined and in between is really great. They're just an excellent live band, excellent musicians as well. So
we'll do it every time we have the opportunity, every single time.
Honestly, I can understand that wholly. That sounds fantastic. You touched upon Celebrity Therapist being released there as well. In homage to one of the tracks on that. What are some of your favorite foods? What is delicious?
My favorite food? I don't know. I made a mean penne pasta last night with chicken, so I'm kind of on a pasta kick now.
Yeah, most recent thing
in
your mouth. Pasta. Yeah. What is delicious then?
Yeah, I like a big seafood guy. I love crab and lobster and shrimp. So that would probably have to be my answer. Is just any seafood, really. That's what's delicious to me.
That's what's delicious. Lovely, fantastic. So you've got your pretty busy tour schedule coming up as well, obviously with all of the UK Europe, but is there still material being worked on in the background when you can do it? Is there anything on the horizon, or is it just get all of this out of the way and then look what the next year brings?
I mean, we just recently announced a run with Protest the Hero that happens in the fall over here in the US. And that'll be either after or during some new material starts coming out. We just if anyone is listening to this has seen the tweets or the Lamb Goat articles about it, we just recently got our masters back for our new EP. So we'll have some new material out soon, and we'll be playing a good chunk of that on the Protest the Hero run. And then after that,
we have some big plans. We have a tour that will probably be announced by then, but yeah,
I can't say everything yet.
We have a really big tour announcement after. It's very exciting.
Good. Yeah, even if you can't say about it, it's good to hear anyway, and it's just like, keep an eye out for it all.
For sure.
And it's excellent that you're not only getting your first trip out here, but also there's so much on the horizon for you too. I was going to say, do you want to give this a quick recap of the shows, the festivals over here that you're doing? So we're starting with the shows in Sheffield and then Radar, right?
Yes, Radar Festival, and then we make our way to. Sorry, I'm not as familiar with all the cities. So off the top of my head, it's a little hard to do. Hang on, let me pull them up. Yeah.
No worries.
So after Radar, we have Free and Easy Festival in Munich, Germany. And there's a date at Karlsruhe at P8 before that. I mean, I'm not going to go through like all the dates, but
no. Hit the main ones.
We also play a Metal Days Festival in Slovenia. We play Brutal Assault Festival in Czechia, the Czech Republic, and then we have 2 UK dates with the band Holy Fawn.
Oh, incredible band as well.
Yeah, we also have a headlining show in Leeds. And then after that we have Arctangent. So yeah. And Arctangent, it's been a goal to play Arctangent since we started this band. So it's going to be a pretty amazing moment to finally be able to do that.
Yeah, it's Arctangent is an incredible place to be, and I know quite a lot of bands in this sort of scene always aspire to be there. I know people who've come from afar for it. When I was there last year, there were 2 guys who'd come from Iran to Arctangent.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, there's like nothing else in the world quite like it, and it's a lovely festival. So having you guys there will be incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun. It's like farming just south of Bristol, there's bugger all around there, but it's a nice little small venue, small festival overall.
Yeah,
just
bugger all around, meaning there's nothing around it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I was like, I need some clarification.
Yeah, sometimes I forget the lingo is not the same, but yeah.
No.
Right. Before we finish up, is there anything else you guys want to let us know? Is there anything else you want to plug, or?
No, not particularly. We have new music coming out this year, and we're working on other music, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. That's the only thing I have to say.
Fair enough. And anything else as well other than that? Do we think?
Go Braves.
Yeah, go Braves. Let's
go Braves.
All right, that's it.
We'll finish on the what?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
I think I missed that last bit there, but yeah.
I said go Braves again. Sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. Sometimes the connection like halfway across the world doesn't always pick it all up, but yeah, there we are.
Oh well, thank you for having us. We'll see you at Radar.
You'll see Sherry at Radar and some of the other Invicta crew, and you'll see me at Arctangent. So
very
get
cool.
to Radar
very
myself.
Cool.
So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing you guys there.